Sensei! Give me half. No!
This is O&A Detox. This is my own personal excuse to info dump about one of my own personal favorite topics to my partner here, Neb, who knows absolutely nothing or next to nothing about the Opie and Anthony show and its history and its impact on radio history and all that.
An impact on you.
Yes, my own personal impact as someone who listened to Opie and Anthony in the late 90s into the 2000s. And yeah, it, for better or worse, had a really big impact on me.
It infected you.
A clip I was watching recently was a conversation between Sam Roberts, who currently works for the WWE as like a pre-show analyst. Him and Jim Norton, a comedian who was essentially the third mic on the Opie and Anthony show in the XM days. They have a show now after the Opie and Anthony show dissolved in 2014, and they were discussing how O&A will never be able to come together to get on the same page to have a discussion about get that water under the bridge, so to speak, which is kind of part of what this show is about, to figure out how these two seemingly best of friends became bitter enemies who, even after about 10 years after the show dissolved, still can't get away from talking about each other on their own personal shows.
There is something about that Opie and Anthony show that it is an infection. Maybe the virus was the greatest terminology ever phrased, because it is never going to go away. The thing that links everybody associated with that experience is never going to go away.
But that's quite a while away, because right now we're still in 1997. And their show doesn't go off the air until 2014. So we've got 17 years.
Where's my tie-dye rainbow army print?
Your what?
My tie-dye rainbow army print. I feel like that. I don't know, pants?
What?
Backpack? We said 96.
Oh, okay. I was like, I associate tie-dye with like 60s, 70s, not so much 97.
No, what? Tie-dye rainbow army print put together.
Army print, yeah, okay. Yeah. The rainbow camo for sure.
Yeah, God, I couldn't think of the word camo.
Oh, okay. I get you now. It was such a string of words that after a while it made no sense to me anymore.
That's me every time I hear someone say a sentence, and then it takes me a minute to be like, oh, that's what you said.
Oh, yeah. You have to hit the equal button on the calculator, and all of it drops down. And it's like, oh.
Honestly, yeah, that's sort of how my brain works.
Or like when you're at the grocery store and you've scanned all the items.
And you're like, but...
Not until you hit pay now does it finally say, here's all the money you saved. That's kind of it.
That happened the other day when I was buying that Squishmallow from the store. And I was at the self-checkout and I was like, this says different price than it should be. And I waved the person over. I was like, help. and the way they looked at me was, it was later in the night. It was like 8 or so.
Oh, yeah.
So they were like, I want to clock out, I'm sure. And they looked at me and they were just like, you get to, from their expression, it was like, you should know this by now. You should know that you need to hit total or pay now before you see the savings. And they clicked it and I was like, oh
how often do you see me in here? How do you think I should be able to get this?
This person is arguably one of the most common people that does self-checkout and does see me.
Oh, well,
so like,
then okay.
So I was just like, oops.
I can't embarrass myself in front of my pseudo friend at the drugstore.
Do you have, is it a parasocial relationship with people that are the cashiers and stuff?
Yes.
Wow, the way you said that.
No, it's because that's the word I was looking for. I said pseudo.
Yeah, same thing.
Parasocial, yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were saying it in that tone because you had an experience of people wanting to be friends with you while you were, like, working.
Oh, well... Yeah, you mean like people from work?
No. I
guess that kind. Well,
wait,
no, because
are coworkers parasocial?
No, because I think we all understand and we all agree that we're all on the same playing field here. Like, or unless they think they're way more of a friend than you think, then I guess that's parasocial.
Okay.
What I was gonna say was like, I know a lot of us, like neurodivergent types, have this experience, but like, Charlotte, the woman in my cafeteria who I saw every day to buy my... that was kind of like a parasocial relationship. Because, like, you know, we didn't hang outside of school, But she looked out for me. I appreciated her helping me out.
I looked out for her.
Huh?
I looked out for her.
If anyone was beating down Charlotte, I would jump in and I'd kick them off, you know.
They were shit-talking her.
Oh, hell no, I wouldn't stand up for that.
Third period? Nuh-uh.
No. You better not be talking about Charlotte, I'd say.
Are you talking about Charlotte? Cafeteria Charlotte?
And then I'd knock my fucking desk with the chair attached over... and subsequently me with it, because I'd be stuck in it. I played a lot of clips for us to listen to last time. I've got a few left. Some are more impactful than others. One that I'm not going to play, a friend of the show, who has a company called Cannibalware, had gifted Opie a necklace.
Made out of human ears.
No.
Made out of human tears.
It is the middle bone of the middle finger. So I guess this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it could have been a chicken bone.
I mean, as far as Opie knows, he's not getting this thing fucking tested to find out for sure.
How do you test a bone? I mean, I guess
someone who knows would know.
A forensologist.
Yeah, they would do the check if a coin is real. They would just and if it broke in half, oh, this is a bird bone.
Yeah, see what you have to do.
I got splinters in my gum.
What you have to do to taste it, to check if it's real, is if you pretend that you're biting into a baby carrot, and if it breaks, then you know it's either a baby carrot or a human bone.
I also want to give for context that this is 1996, and that as a Christmas gift, sent a picture of a woman with no arms or legs as a Christmas card to Anthony and Opie with the caption, holiday hugs.
Okay.
You know, because she can't. And
did they just find this picture online somewhere, I bet?
See, this is what I'm wondering. Because he has a lot of this kind of stuff. He has, like, autopsy photos, celebrity autopsy photos.
So it's just National Enquirer stuff.
Either this is right at the beginning of Rotten.com kind of stuff, or it predates it, but he seems to have a whole bunch of this stuff, and apparently human bones.
That's a human finger bone. Hanging from my little neck right now, man. He sent us a piece of Cannibalware. Check it out.
Cannibalware.
I'm styling, man.
So the first clip I have here is from December of 1996, and it is in fact a promo for, I think we mentioned it last time, for the first WAAF compilation CD. And I have it here. It's called
Gimme.
Unusual Suspects.
On-air moments from the Hillman Morning Show.
Well, Arnold, I had no idea.
That is Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Opie and Anthony.
I have a Tourette's.
I hate you!
John Osterland.
You all be bad adventures done!
And Rocco.
Dude, you stuck your tongue down a dude's throat.
Dude, no, man, wait. WAAF's Unusual Suspects CD. Sure to be a collector's item. Get it at Strawberries, Sam Goody, and Coconuts. Proceeds benefit the Greater Boston Food Banks.
WAAF's very first station CD, Unusual Suspects. It's round. It's got a hole in the middle, so buy it.
So, in addition to this CD, O&A got their own CD, Demented World, that is nothing but clips of their show, a few parody songs, a couple prank calls, like Hi Mom, I'm Gay, I think is on there. I'm in Jail was another one.
Rodney Dangerfield looks so upset that he has to be near these two schmucks.
Oh, yeah.
He's like...
Yeah, I don't know when all these pictures are from.
Is that Gavin Rosdale?
Which one?
This one?
Oh, yeah, that is Gavin Rosdale.
Also looks like I don't want to be here.
I think there's a picture with the actress who played Marsha Brady on there, which is so funny because there's a song on there. I got my very first boner watching Marsha Brady, which is very creepy for Anthony to be singing in the first place.
Yeah, isn't he like 80?
What I really hate about the CD more than anything is Opie's picture on the front where it looks like he has dreads.
Yeah, they're just like braids.
I never knew Opie to have braids. I've never seen a picture with him with braids besides the cover of this CD, but I hate it.
She got her hair tied up in braids.
There's also a picture on there of O&A full in hockey gear.
I was wondering who that was.
That was a little promotion they had where you come out and you get to slap shot pucks at O&A. Oh, it's called Take Shots at O&A because they take shots at everybody on their radio show that you get a chance to, you know, give them a little back. Opie loves to use the word demented back at this time period.
I guess that tracks for the 90s.
He's like, oh, we're so demented. Our humor is so demented. This CD...
So, I want to point out...
Yes.
The first CD you showed me was proceeds went to the food banks of the greater Boston area.
Yes.
And then this one, New England Shelter for Homeless Veterans.
Yes. The food bank did not want to take money from the Opie and Anthony show. After going through a bunch of different charities, that was the only one that said yes.
It really says a lot when a charity doesn't want to take your money.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to be associated with you.
Demented World actually did surprisingly well and even charted locally. With the national release, I've never heard of this before. 3-track samplers were sent to radio stations across the country, and some radio stations were playing clips from the sampler as their own bits and not giving Opie and Anthony credit.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this whole Demented World thing going national?
Well, it's pretty cool. I wish some of the DJs playing it would say it's, Opie and Anthony. But I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised, right?
No, of course not.
Unbelievable.
They do this all the time. Radio DJs.
We sent out 800 CDs all over the country, and the reports are coming back that our stuff is being played in other cities.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not getting credit yet. Well, Mancow is syndicated all over the country, and he's playing our stuff.
Oh.
What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm on the way home from work this morning. I had the Mancow show on.
Yeah.
And he played a Christmas song, too.
From Demented World?
Yeah.
And?
He didn't say nothing.
Oh, come on!
Jeez.
Are you serious?
I am serious. It was probably around 8:30 this morning.
There's 2 days in a row he's playing stuff from Demented World and not giving us credit. The guy is syndicated all over the country. Just give us credit. I don't care. We don't want money for our stuff. We just want credit! Credit! We did that song! We did it! If you get the Adam Sandler email where it says this is written by Adam Sandler, it's the words, hey, masturbator, please respond to those emails and send them straight and tell them where they can find the damn song. We'd appreciate
Sandler.
that. Right?
Please.
All right, and according to the paper today, the CD has raised $17,000 for the New England homeless veterans.
Not bad.
I think it's actually a lot higher, but I think it's closer to 20, but that's cool, whatever.
The reason I left that last clip in specifically because it's a very big sign of the time. We talked about it a little bit on our own time outside the show, that Anthony was saying that he was getting a chain email with the lyrics to their song, Hey Masturbator, Macarena parody. In the chain email, the lyrics is credited to Adam Sandler. So that's why Opie's saying, if you get that email, I don't know the odds of you getting that specific email, reply back and say, hey, that's not an Adam Sandler song, that's an Opie and Anthony song.
Can you reply back to everybody else?
Yeah, everybody would get it, I suppose. God, I remember that, yeah, you'd get an email and it'd be like, the fucking recipients would be longer than the subject of the email itself. Yeah. I guess it's fair to want credit for your work, but then again, when you're a show that is just broadcasted in Boston and no one is going to know who the fuck you are, crediting them isn't going to do anything.
Yeah. What are they going to Google you?
Yeah, you're going to go to the WAAF website and look at pictures of them? The next clip is I'll warn you, it's potentially racist. Actually, no, it is.
Let's just err on the side of yeah.
They got a write-up in the local newspaper, the Boston Herald, I believe. The headline is, Comfortably Dumb, Tasteless Humor and Pranks from WAAF Shock Jocks. Is there, perchance, a narrative theme to Opie and Anthony's comedic vision? Quote, we try to tie in current events and bring in some observational humor, muses Opie, the, quote, tiger beat blonde, as he's called by the swarthy, wild-haired Anthony. Anthony defends himself by jokingly referring to when girls come up and see Opie and Anthony at live events or whatever, they always flock Opie because he looks like you'd see him in Tiger Beat. I don't know if that's necessarily true. More so than Anthony, I would argue.
Yeah, Anthony just looks like an asshole.
Anthony takes more issue by being called swarthy. And this is the clip.
Yeah, like a fucking pirate.
Here's his take on being called swarthy.
Swarthy says being of dark skin color.
Yeah, see, I thought you told me that, you know, it's because you were Sicilian, but I don't think they describe Sicilians as swarthy.
No,
they describe guys that have bones through their nose as swarthy.
I guess I got to get the bone through the nose. The big earlobes I got to put so I can get my arms through them. I want the rings around my neck so I look like a giraffe. And a couple of plates in my lips. That's what I want. And I want to do some of that stuff where you take the sharp stick of bamboo and you raise up marks on your back in shapes of animals.
Where are you going for Christmas, Africa?
I am going back to Nigeria.
So I guess they saw a nature documentary or something.
They are compiling a bunch of stereotypes about various indigenous and African tribes.
Yeah.
And making it like, yeah, that's what swarthy is. Look up swarthy. What does it say are the definitions? Because we know back then, you look up a word and a definition, you're gonna get shit.
Swarthy means dark-skinned. Mm-hmm. If you like tall, dark, and handsome men, you find a swarthy complexion attractive. Not everyone with dark skin is swarthy. The word is usually used to describe someone whose skin is weather-beaten or has an olive complexion.
Yeah, it's not like dark skin as in black or person of color. It's dark skin as in like a white person who is dark skinned.
Do you think that was their way of commenting on Anthony's like pockmark face as being damaged? But didn't want to say
It's not your skin color, bro. You look weather-beaten.
You look weathered.
You look like a fucking lawn chair that's seen a few too many summers.
Here's the picture they used. And again, they also complained that we don't sit like that in the studio side by side. We sit across from each other, much like we are right now. But they wanted the AAF logo in the background, so they had them sit next to each other for the photo. So they complained about that because, you know, sitting next to another guy...
That's so
specific
gay.
Implications,
That's
yeah.
so gay, these swarthy teen beat gays.
And it does, however, actually talk about something we hadn't talked about up to this point. Their WOW, Whip 'em Out Wednesday campaign.
Oh, so that was a thing by now?
Which gets started in 1997. The Whip 'em Out Wednesday fiasco of last spring and summer, the pair's good-natured campaign to solicit female flashers on the highway, which became a phenomenon and subsequently the object of much criticism from women's groups, the media, and in a final blow, Mayor Menino's office, that is the mayor of Boston. They address this article that was released in a Boston newspaper like, wow? No, not a bit. Elaine McNamara is not a fan of the bit.
Uh-oh.
And... her writing style is questionable, so I just wanted to share how she opens this bit about the promotion. Remember when Wednesday was Prince Spaghetti Night?
What?
Well, do you? Well, it's 1997. In Lowell, the financially troubled Prince Pasta Factory is up for sale, and in Worcester, Wednesdays are in even more trouble than that.
What section of the newspaper? Is this an op-ed? Is this like an actual staff writer?
Eileen has a little cartoon drawing of herself. So she must work at the paper, because not everyone gets those.
Yeah.
WAAF-FM radio midweek now means wow, Whip 'em Out Wednesday. The station that bills itself as radio, quote, that really rocks, encourages men to place wow signs in their car windows, urging women to show them their breasts.
Urging. Please!
A mere suggestion, a request upon you fair ladies. All across eastern and central Massachusetts, boys masquerading as men are spelling out wow in masking tape on their cars' rear and side windows.
Do you really have to, do you have to put the stickers on all those places, and two, do you have to tell us that they're on all those places?
Well, here's the question, right? So, I don't know how hard these bumper stickers were to get, but people would take it upon themselves of just making a homemade wow, like they're saying here, that they used masking tape to just spell out wow, and that would get the job done just the same.
R.I.P. that paint job.
The sophomoric stunt is the brainchild of two witless, really just digging her fucking heels in here, digging the claws in, witless disc jockeys Opie and Anthony, who spend their evening drive regaling listeners with memories of such developmental milestones as their first erections on school buses. So she listens. she goes into talking about Howard and the influence there. This is honestly a very lengthy article about just complaining about a WOW thing, and I guess it's scourge on society. Women offended by or unaware of the meaning of WOW report being cut off in traffic and nearly driven off the road for failing to comply with the displayed demand.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is this a work?
I'm telling you, it feels like a plant. It feels like a worked plant.
It's so real and so...
It puts everyone in danger. State police responded to complaints this week by ordering the station to stop promoting WOW, citing the obvious public safety hazard. According to Bruce Mittman, the general manager who was the cool boss of the station,
I had to kill WOW by having the state police fake a letter to me about a threat from the governor that didn't really exist.
Oh!
You guys, but none of it was real. Just to get you to stop.
Wow, Bruce!
Wow, he's admitting something
That's
today.
That's a good one.
Dave Douglas is the program director at WAAF. He says WOW began this spring as a lighthearted, fun concept that has grown beyond what we expected. He acknowledged that the campaign has gotten out of hand and offended some people, but that was not our intention. The road to hell, Mr. Douglas.
What's up? The censored version of the Opie and Anthony show. I'm sure you've heard us talking about that for the last 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I got a problem with the whole thing.
Yes, I have a major problem with the whole thing as well. Rocco on your radio next. We're just about out of here, probably for a while, to be totally honest with you, because we've had it. Obviously, tomorrow is supposed to be Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about it on the radio anymore because we've been censored. We were sat down yesterday and we were given a memo that we're not allowed to read on the air.
Or refer to.
The memo reads, and this is no joke, and I need a lot of you guys to listen and pass the word because we're only going to have one shot at this and one shot only, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is the memo that me and Anthony were greeted with on Monday when we came to work. Confidential. Do not read or refer to any part of this memo on the air. June 23rd, 1997, to Opie and Anthony, from Dave Douglas, our lovely boss, referring Whip 'em Out Wednesdays. The promotion you have been airing on your program for the past 8 weeks, called Whip 'em Out Wednesdays, has had generated an enormous reaction from our listeners. Truly a remarkable promotion. However, the negative backlash has been realized, as we predicted, and will only continue. In short, we've had our fun. Now let's move on. Because of the serious nature of these complaints, it is necessary to ensure that we end this now. There is to be no further on-air promotion of Whip 'em Out Wednesday on WAF. Neither of you or any studio guest or caller may make reference to Whip 'em Out Wednesday, effective immediately. This includes any and all song parodies with references to Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Here's where I feel like this is all a work.
Oh, shit.
They sound way too lighthearted about all of this.
They almost sound bored.
Hey, we're gonna be off for a little while, I think. This is censorship, and, I've had it. So they can't talk about the article.
Censor this. I pointed at my crotch.
Oh, okay. And they sign off by saying that they're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. We'll see it later in one of the Real Rock TV clips when they're on the beach.
Oh, okay.
That on the screen it says, currently on a 2-week suspension. So I guess that aired during their suspension?
Huh.
Their unpaid suspension, as they point out.
They were on vacation.
But that's a form of censorship, and I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's it. And we're going to be suspended for at least 2 weeks without pay.
Right.
I don't make a lot of money. Trust me, this is serious business. I can't afford to be off for 2 weeks, but if that's what it's going to take to prove my point that no one should be censored in this damn country, all right? And the other thing real fast about WOW, we didn't break any broadcasting laws.
No.
Not one law was broken, broadcast law.
No. I don't think there's any law about telling people to put a word on their car.
Right, and have the girls voluntary flash them.
But whatever.
So I want you guys to know that. We didn't break one broadcasting law, but we were censored, and I can't accept that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's it. We'll see you on the July... end of July, maybe? Maybe.
Who knows how this is going to knows how this is going to play out, but I totally would appreciate if you guys passed the word along for us, because honestly, we will not be here tomorrow. All right? It's been real, man.
How's Anthony going to explain this? If this was real, right?
Yeah.
Anthony's been on the radio for 3 years at this point. Not continuously, but cumulatively. I don't know how much money he has saved up.
From his under-the-table HVAC job that we think happened.
That we've established. And between this, and this is his excuse to be out of the house.
Oh.
He would be fuming if this was true.
They stole that idea from Howard Stern, right? Not this idea, but the humping the speaker thing.
Well, Howard does eventually claim that he was ripped off for the WOW campaign. I don't know what he...
Really?
How can I honestly say anybody rips me off? I mean, when I hear the same exact bits done, that's how I say it.
I mean, what about WOW? That's totally their idea.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Here's something new.
Well, and then...
Here's something new. You know what? I used to do that in Washington, D.C. Tell him, Fred. I used to have people tie bandanas around their cars so that women would take their clothes off in the cars. Dude, get with it.
All right, well, I mean...
Give me an original idea.
Well,
Come on.
I mean, I know.
I used to have my listeners tie a bandana around their car. I mean, I've done it all.
So I don't know how real this is, but they have a supposed audio of their station manager, Dave Douglas, calling them to let them know that their gay jokes might get them in trouble.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello. I just wanted to...
Why are you on this line?
Well, I figured it was easier than getting out of my chair and coming down the hall.
Oh.
Just wanted to make a request.
Yeah.
Maybe we could steer the show in a little different direction so that this doesn't get out of hand.
What's getting out of hand?
Well, I think we're going into the gay zone, and we all know where that leads. Wouldn't you agree?
Not really, but...
Pokey in the butt.
No.
Licky.
That's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's fun, but you know what? It's going to get us in trouble. Just, steer somewhere else. If you keep going this direction, it's going to be trouble. I'm just warning you. Not from me. I'm talking about outside. We've been down this road before.
The old dirt road.
Yeah. Just giving you a little heads up here.
All right.
Okay.
Head.
See you.
They might have already talked with gay advocacy groups at this point, and Dave just doesn't want to have it happen again. So I don't know what kind of talk they were having.
So why did they record this and then put it on the air?
Fuck Dave. Dave Dickless doesn't want to help us out. We got to throw him under the bus.
Okay, terrific.
This is our first glimpse at the political ideology of both Opie and Anthony as they discuss a recent execution in Texas from Governor George W. Bush. There was a woman who murdered 2 people and she was executed, and apparently there was a campaign to get her off death row and not put to death, not because people thought she was innocent, but because people thought she was attractive.
Fine job, George Bush Jr. over there in Texas, not backing down, not cowering to the pressure of these fruitcakes who thought this girl should have lived, because maybe she, I don't even think she's, good looking at all, but some people think, oh, she's good looking, so let her go.
Now, is George Bush a Republican, Junior?
Of course he is.
I'm going to have to go against everything I believe in. He should be our next president.
I don't care, Republican, Democrat, or whatever. There are some things I agree with that are Democratic in nature and some things that are Republican in nature. And George Bush Jr. down there did a fine thing.
A fine
by saying, this is how it is. This is the laws. I was elected to uphold the laws of this state. This is the law, and I'm not going to change it. And she went to her death. She's gone. Goodbye.
See you later.
I cut it out, but then do put in a whole lot of like electric chair sound effects and screams.
Yeah! Another one bites the dust! Another bitch dies!
These days, politicians want you to think that there's a huge divide between Republicans and Democrats.
Right.
But back in the 90s and, further back, it was a lot harder to really tell the difference. And it was very apparent that it was harder to tell the difference. But still today, there is no real difference between the two parties. It's just they're the same color with different, fiscal ideas.
Back then, you thought everyone is just as moderate.
Yeah.
Now it's everyone shares the same extreme views.
Yeah, exactly. It's like back then it was like, oh, I guess I'm a Democrat. I guess I'm a Republican, but, more in the middle. But these days it's like...
Vote blue, no matter who.
But yeah, exactly. When in fact, it's so similar.
I guess politics was not on anyone's mind in 1998, that just hearing about a governor putting someone to death would be enough to convince you that they should be the next president.
And then look what happened.
And then they were. First of all, Opie doesn't know if he's a Republican or not.
Yeah, and then Anthony is alluding to the fact that he's a Democrat.
That he has beliefs on both sides of the aisle, and he doesn't really care if you're Democrat or Republican because he himself is more of a centrist. Bookmark this, folks. Write this down.
Right.
February of 1998, Anthony Cumia is an undecided centrist. The last clip I have here is from the same episode. They have an upcoming contest going on where you get sent to a beach trip sponsored by the Sam Adams Brewery. Bookmark that for future reference well. And you can go down to the beach with Opie and Anthony, get some drinks, have some fun, whatever.
Gross.
Hey, know what we gotta do this hour is qualify another person to win a White Ale Club Med prize pack. And then if you qualify for that on Friday, out of all the qualifiers this week, we're going to pick one person to go down to the Turks and Caicos Islands with you and I and Sam Adams as we try out White Ale from Sam Adams and broadcast live for a week. AF, who's this?
Tommy?
And what do you got, Tommy?
Well, 'cause I want to know if I can come to the islands with you.
How old are you?
11.
11?
There'll be beer down there.
I can drink both of you under the table.
Have you ever done a keg stand before?
Yeah.
Funnel shots,
I got drunk in the woods once. I handled all of it. Yeah, I went home and I puked.
Welcome to manhood. Man, maybe you should join us down there in the Caribbean.
Sounds like what we'll be doing.
Do you like babes?
Yeah.
There's going to be plenty of babes for us down there.
Yeah, and little bikinis.
Cool.
Have you lost your virginity?
Yeah.
How was it?
Good.
What was his name?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, what do you do when you hang out with your pals?
Well, usually I just get drunk and lay by wherever I go. Usually I just sleep and puke in my bed.
What's your drink of choice?
Well, I usually just drink anything that, makes me get kind of queasy.
Puking's the goal for him.
Are you going to go out and have some beers tonight?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, I usually go up the woods.
Yeah, you can't get into the bars, huh?
No.
Can't wait till you get old enough to get into the titty bars, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be working there, drinking all the friggin' beer I can.
Getting lap dances?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You have a great night.
All right.
Take it easy.
Don't drink and drive tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Puke over Smurfs.
Puke on a Smurf sheets.
There you go. Obviously, you gotta be 21 or over.
Obviously.
Wow. But we'll humor you and talk to you about your virginity and if you like boobs and how much you drink. I think it would have been way funnier if they would have picked up the phone and it was like, no, and just hang up and then go.
Obviously, you have to be 21 or older. My God.
Like, are they not getting enough adults calling to enter?
Is that the only call y'all got all day?
That got through?
So that concludes the audio clips I have from their WAAF years from 95 to 97. So the only thing I have left here are clips of their television show. The radio station got a gig with a midnight broadcast called Real Rock TV. That was a produced show that had some in-studio performances. Clips from all the different shows were put together to make this, kind of like the compilation CDs. But the videos I found only have the O&A parts, which is fine because I don't give a shit about the rest of it. That's not relevant anyway. It was originally broadcast on WABU, which I don't know. Waboo!
WABU TV, the station that brings you the buxom babes of Baywatch, has scrapped Real Rock TV from its Saturday night lineup for being too risque. Risque? GM Bruce Mittman contends that Gordon was hung up on a braless performer and a bleeped out four-letter word. Before he even saw the show, he said it was inappropriate for the station, muttered the miffed Mittman.
After I played a bit of it, he pointed out that Beth Hart wasn't wearing a bra. Does he think Pamela Anderson wears one on Baywatch, boy?
Good point, Bruce. Thank you.
Which subsequently was the setup for a bit that I unfortunately don't have audio with, where they claim to have went up in a hot air balloon and bra bombed the television station by throwing bras out the side of the hot air balloon, raining down on the TV station.
We're in a hot air blimp. This thing is really small, and we're on a bombing mission, man. We're gonna bomb ABU.
You gotta love that, man. Look at all the people staring at us, giving us the finger.
Yo, yo,
F you, ABU! We hate you! Take that, you motherfuckers! Bombs away!
Drop them! I'm coming around again. I'm coming around.
Coming around.
Take us from TV, take this!
Drop them off.
I am, dude. I'm starting with the A's. We're up to the B's. Take this.
All right, I'm coming around. Get the D cups.
All right.
Get the D cups.
All right, dude. I got.
Oh my God.
I got the double D bra bombs now.
It's not turning.
Come on, dude.
All right, come on. All right, we're lining up. We're lining up.
These things are heavy. Here they go.
That same day they were collecting the bras, they stacked up a bunch of TVs that listeners had to bring from home.
CRTs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Heavy as
God.
fuck CRTs, stacked them up, and then they threw these small bowling balls through the screens. I think Opie says at one point that a listener said, you gotta be careful because these things might explode.
Yeah, they can fucking explode. They have little rather big transformers in them.
They smoked, but they were very lucky that they did that. No one actually got hurt. So subsequently, they ended up on WUNI, a Univision station.
There was only 1 hour of English-speaking programming a week, and it was this rock show that we were the stars of.
But it's on at midnight, so who cares? We're looking at 1997 again. The big toy that season is, of course, the Tickle Me Elmo. So they happened to get their hands on one.
Is this gonna be like that segment from WWE?
There's no Fondle Me Elmo, don't worry.
Fuckle Me Elmo.
Where's Elmo's bang? No, you don't gotta worry about that.
Gross.
I actually heard clips of the show where they were talking about trying to get the doll to do these bits. So they were planning it on the air, being, hey, we should do this. We should put Tickle Me Elmo in a microwave. Haha, yeah. This is them playing a game called Drive By Elmo.
All right, Elmo, it's time for a new game. This one's really easy. We're going to play Drive By Elmo.
Oh, that sounds like fun. What's that?
All you have to do is sit right over here and wave to all your friends that drive by, okay?
Sit right there and just wave?
That's all it is.
That's all it is?
Why's Opie dressed as Elmo?
That's a good question, yeah. I almost got confused. Look at him.
Why is he just like Elmo?
I like how their whole bit is it's drive-by, so we got Gangsta's Paradise playing.
Yeah, and
Opie's
bandana.
wearing a bandana.
What does it say? Fucking squirt on it? Like, what is it?
It's a squirt brand do-rag.
Right.
Hell yeah. Before we continue, how do you like Anthony's Elmo impression? Is it good?
I don't know who was doing that. I mean, he just sounds like Anthony doing an Elmo impression.
It sounds like a Sam Kinison. It sounds like it's Jackie the Jokeman. It sounds like it's Beavis. It sounds like it's Butthead.
Yeah.
If anyone ever does an impression, it's Anthony. Opie cannot do impressions to save his life.
That's what I want to hear now.
Well, there you go.
Opie impressions.
Opie doing an impression. Yeah, I don't think we ever hear any of those. That's a shame. He knows his limitations.
No.
Oh, here comes some of my friends. Hi, Marie.
That's a different Elmo.
Hi, Gordon. Hello.
That's not the
Oh,
same
look,
Elmo.
they're my school buds. Hello. Oh, who's this coming? Hi.
Elmo's shooting Elmo. Why is it like a hunting BB gun?
Gordon 50-187 on Sesame Street. Someone bust a cap in Elmo's ass. Oh, that hurt. Oh.
I also want to point out that that's not a Tickle Me Elmo. That's an Elmo puppet.
Yeah, that's true.
Tickle Me. They would have had to spend a lot of money to find a Tickle Me Elmo.
A bit that they had suggested doing that I don't know if they ever did was they send Opie or Anthony into a department store with a Tickle Me Elmo tied to him. And then someone gets everyone's attention and then have him, I don't know, torn limb from limb. Not everyone was as lucky as O&A were here, or Howard Stern, to have a visual element of their show that you could actually see them do bits. If you send Opie or Anthony into a department store, all that could be faked too. It's, again, another big example of how different entertainment is these days, where you could get away with so much on the radio and everyone would just believe it. Like, oh, did you hear what they did? They sent Opie in his store and, oh God, he's going to be like out for a couple days because he got, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They could make up whatever and it'd be fine. But here, yeah, I doubt that was an actual Tickle Me Elmo. That was absolutely a puppet or a plush. That's the, your grandma doesn't know any better. You ask for Tickle Me Elmo.
You can tickle this one too.
Nothing's stopping you.
It doesn't talk. It doesn't talk though, Grandma. Oh, here, I'll make it talk. Oh, look at me, I'm Elmo.
5-0. Bubble Buster Cap in Elmo's ass.
Grandma, what?
Did you watch?
I saw it on the Opie and Anthony show.
I watched Real Rock TV. Grandma, what were you doing up at midnight? Watching Univision.
I lost the remote control. So I had to stay up. Yeah, it was good free TV.
You threw away my TV guide. I didn't know what else was on.
I was scared to change the channel.
It was so captivating.
I thought they'd come find me. I didn't know if they could see me through the television.
Opie and Anthony would put me in a wood chipper if I changed the station. Now go tickle your Barbies.
Tickle your... No!
It doesn't
my
work
Barbies!
No. You can tickle all your toys. Tickle your action figures.
Tickle me!
Tickle me, Granny.
Tickle me, Grandma!
And that was the worst Christmas ever.
Come on. No, I'll get you. I'll get you. You're gonna have to tickle me sometime.
Look, I haven't dressed like Opie. I mean Elmo by putting on this red shirt and do-rag.
I'm furry. Let Grandma put on her fursuit. Whose stinky ass feet am I seeing?
I think those are Opie's. They were doing some remote from a ski lodge. I heard them promoting the upcoming event on the radio, and I guess this is one of the bits they filmed while they were out there. This is more or less just for a couple cringe moments, really, than anything. Yeah, the setup here is that Opie is on the couch, and the film crew is filming him in their hotel or wherever they're staying at.
And his stinky mitts are... By the way, before you press play, any of the people out here listening that have just basic old white socks... Do yourself a favor, throw them all away if you can afford to do so. And if you don't really care about them, find yourself black socks.
Black socks are fine.
Or even fun socks.
Yeah.
White socks, they get so dirty.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe you like them. Maybe white socks are the best for you.
You like your old white crews. That's fine.
That's fine. If you like them, that's fine. But if you've been considering upgrading your footwear, there's no ad here.
This is just your sign.
This is just me telling you, buy new nice socks.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor.
Do yourself a favor.
Then thank us in the comment section.
Yeah, and maybe some Tickle Me Elmo red socks, so maybe someone will tickle your feet.
Oh.
If you're into that.
There's a little laugh sensor in the sock. That's not comfortable. You're gonna
That's not comfortable, but that's ingenious.
Yeah. Never just See, that's the problem. They only last you a couple months.
Yeah,
because they laugh whenever you step. They get tickled with every step.
Yeah.
Hey, Real Rock TV, what's happening, man? It's Opie. We're up here skiing in Maine, having a great time. We had one hell of a party last night. Check out the empties, man.
They're all perfectly cleaned out. No labels are picked off. The cans aren't crushed.
You check out the empties, man?
No, man. I found all these in the recycling bin behind the bar.
That's one of Opie's favorite things to do at this time period is bad.
Bad.
Just sound like he's saying it like super congested.
Hey, I got a question for you. Have you been wondering if, I don't know, Anthony's gay? You have, huh? Let's go find out, shall we? Come with me, man. Hey, cook my omelet. We're gonna take you into Anthony's bedroom.
That was fake. He wasn't even asleep.
You don't think that was real?
No. Nobody wakes up like that.
I was almost thinking that was a shoot.
No. People wake up like you're asleep, and then like your eyes open, and you're like, oh. He woke up like.
Well, there's a difference between me leaning over the bed and Opie and a camera guy. Opie in a big blue stocking cap.
No.
Pulled 2% on his head, where the rest is just standing
honestly
straight.
what was probably it. Anthony was probably scared that the hat was about to pop off.
Opie in a blue stocking cap is his paralysis demon.
Yeah.
And he thought...
Yeah, he had to shake out of it.
Yeah. So the next clip I have here, they've got Billy Idol in studio promoting his new album. Probably that cyberpunk thing he put out in the 90s.
No, that was in the 80s, I thought.
I don't know. I don't know what else he'd be there to promote. I don't know if he did anything after that. I think that's probably a
What are you talking about? He did Wedding Singer.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He did.
He was in that. We can't get Adam Sandler, writer of Hey Masturbator, but we can get Billy Idol here.
Which is... wow.
As a step up. So they got Billy Idol in here to help with a very original bit.
Virtual sex with Billy. You're going to have virtual sex with Billy Idol.
Oh, really?
What are you wearing? Give good whoop. I never believe it, though.
What am I wearing?
Yeah.
Just a t-shirt and
Panties?
underneath, yes.
Okay. Now, sit, right over the woofer? Yeah.
Serious?
I am totally serious.
Do you think during the commercial break they asked Billy, hey...
No, they just dove him in. They were just like, hey, there's somebody on the line for you, Billy.
No, this is what I'm asking.
Okay.
Hey, Billy, have you ever heard of that bit that Howard Stern did like 10 years ago?
No, who?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do that. For the love of God, do not mention it during the bit. Because if this was real, I think Billy would immediately go, oh, like Howard Stern did.
No.
No! They have to dump out of it.
No, this is just what everyone does these days.
This is what everyone does. Someone did actually in the comments of the last episode, and thank you, by the way, told us that that was a bit he would do often, and there would be times where he would get people, ask them about the stand-up speakers, and they wouldn't always have them.
Yeah.
Which does make it seem a bit more credible. I still don't know if it was ever actually real. I doubt it was.
Yeah.
But at least he had the foresight to put in
some
the few that didn't work out to make it look like the other ones were real. Billy actually does go along with it, but I'm not going to play it.
Wait, I want to hear it.
Okay.
Tell us when you're sitting right over the woofer.
Okay.
Now, is the stereo turned up nice and loud?
Yeah.
It is. Okay. Now.
Here we go.
I can hear it. Okay.
You can hear it?
Yeah. Now Billy's gonna like moan and make wild noises into the microphone, and you should hear it below.
Got to make noises that'll shake the woofer so it excites her.
Here comes Billy.
Okay.
Why does he sound like a gorilla?
See, yeah.
Making monkey noises.
Again, they told him to moan. That's not the bit.
Yeah, it should be like...
You gotta make the bassy noises.
You gotta make it like a Hitachi.
And eventually they do, but it takes way too long. And I was too skeeved out, so I didn't want to leave too much of it in because I did not want to have to watch it again.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's it.
It was very bad. It went on for way too long.
Oh, no.
The next clip here...
But imagine being a big Billy Idol fan, right?
Sure.
Okay. For instance, if Gerard Way was on a radio show and they were doing this bit for some reason.
Sure.
Imagine how many people, including me, would call and be like, oh my God, yeah! Sit on a speaker? Okay!
And it'd be like a computer speaker. You'd be falling off of it.
It would just be just like entirely like this tiny dollar bill size speaker.
Yeah.
But
the reason I speculate that they were promoting his because they said virtual sex.
Yeah, what?
And I thought maybe that was a tie-in.
Maybe that's the song name.
Maybe. I don't remember. I saw the Todd in the Shadows episode about it, but I honestly didn't really look into the album too much to remember.
Yeah.
So they're at a car show here, and I wanted to present it because the ending is super uncomfortable. We'll describe it for the viewers at home, but I will remind everybody that there is an hour and a half long compilation of all these clips on YouTube to find out for yourself.
So this is the WAAF race car, man.
Yeah.
How cool is this? Otto, the WAAF rock bus driver, actually drives this damn thing, man.
Isn't that hysterical that the guy that they get to drive the AF rock bus is actually a race car driver? How stupid is that move?
Hey, I say we check out some cars. We're at the World of Wheels. Let's go check out some rides, man.
Okay, guy.
Why did they turn to the crowd?
I don't know. First, Anthony's sign off with the bap bap. Had to leave that in. And then they panned the audience. No one was making any noise. They were all just standing there awkwardly.
Silently waving.
Didn't know the camera was going to be turned on them.
It felt like a scene from They Live.
And then one kid just awkwardly waves at the camera.
They slide into frame just...
I want to leave that in for the man. Opie's man. I love that. The fact that there was a WAAF rock bus and a race car and the awkward fan interaction.
For sure.
What was this one? Oh, okay. A fun example of a fun on the road skit. A fun little prank. Two dudes having some fun. Maybe not unlike some folks listening at home might do to pass the time on a road trip, just to have a little fun. The boys stop at a fast food restaurant.
Taco Bell?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a burger place, I know that much.
Think outside the bun, y'all.
And they make an interesting request.
Oh shit, are they gonna ask for boobs?
Oh, okay. Yeah, what else do you think they might be asking for here?
They probably say, fries.
Hey, can we get some, fries?
Fries.
One slice of American cheese, please. You see, my mom gave me a ham sandwich this morning, and I told her I always need cheese on my ham sandwich, so I need one slice of American cheese. And I don't need fries with that.
Just come around to the second window.
Well, how much does a piece of cheese cost?
I have no way of charging you, sir.
Well, yeah, I'll pay for it. What, a quarter?
Come around to the second window, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
It's your cheese. Cool.
Piece of cheese!
Give me half.
No!
It's free. Come on.
You got enough of that government cheese at home, man.
Cheesy.
Not a good impression.
No, not great. No. Even with the piece of cheese in his mouth, it's still I gotta take off points. I don't know what there's to say about that.
I mean...
all of it hurts.
I could have done that bit.
What were you doing in 97? Were you...
probably eating cheese. I used to...
Where did you scream, piece of cheese, when you got one?
Let's see, what did I scream? When I opened up those individually packaged packs of American sliced cheese, I'd rip it open. I'd go, and I'd fold it into 4. Then I'd have 4 tiny pieces of cheese, and then I'd get saltines and I'd put it on a saltine and I'd put it in. I'd take a bite and have a little cheese cracker sandwich and I'd go, yum. Then I'd eat like 8 pieces of cheese, 2 sleeves of saltines. Then afterward I'd go,
oh no.
Help! I ate too much cheese!
You'd be rolling on the fucking floor. Screaming for anybody.
Too many pieces of cheese!
Pieces of cheese!
Did I ever tell you, these two dudes that I was friends with that like lived on our street, they went to school with my brother. And I was friends with the 2 dudes. My brother hated them because they were super annoying.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I thought they were fun.
I was going to say, by your admission?
I mean, we were all annoying in our own, like, dude bro kind of ways.
Okay.
Hanging out by the gutter and, like, just listening to Tool and just, like,
shit.
You know, like that kind of vibe.
Sure.
My brother never told me this. But my friends said, the other day on the school bus, your brother was sitting listening to music on the bus just like, being a loner like he did. One of our friends, who I also knew called Frank Bob, had a piece of cheese. I yanked the cheese away from Frank Bob, and I threw it at your brother's face, and it stuck there for a second. He got so mad. I just imagined it, and it was the funniest fucking visual. Just like, oh my god, just imagining someone getting so mad about cheese getting thrown at their face.
So whenever you see videos of cats getting pricked...
Oh yeah, that's what I imagine.
You just think of... Yeah.
Yeah, just my brother just like...
Just paralyzed for a second. I didn't play the clip last time, but when they were talking about... Actually, I don't even think I left it in because it didn't go anywhere, but when Opie was saying, hey, I got this new Nirvana live CD, I'm going to play some of it later, even though we're not supposed to play it yet. They do another example of that here with a new Aerosmith.
Oh.
So they got to sneak into the boss's office.
Jaded?
No, it was...
it the Armageddon song?
I think that's Falling in Love is So Hard on the Knees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the clip here is the setup for the bit and the heist getting the CD out of their boss's office.
The heist, like in GTA 5?
This is some real Ocean's 11 shit right here. And how you would obviously not want anybody to find out or see you doing this.
Yeah, so like don't record it, right?
Absolutely don't record this.
Yeah.
No.
I got something. We're going to put our jobs on the line. That's all I'm going to say. We got something planned. That's all. That's all. That's all I can say. I gotta go.
All right, Opie's out of here.
Don't film this, man. We're stealing the new Aerosmith stuff, man.
All I gotta do is push down the knob and we're in. There you go.
I just wanted to point out how quickly we went from, hey, don't film this, man, to I'm a pog straight at the camera.
Yeah, right at the camera as you film this and pointing at what I want you to film.
Do you think Opie only has that one stocking cap?
Yeah, it's his all-time favorite.
It is. Yeah, it's nice and tight on the head. It hugs very nice. It's the most comfortable hat he's ever had.
It's an all-timer.
So, I think the dedication, though, is at least admirable. The how to break into this office is to push open the fucking ceiling, climb through, and then push down on the door handle from the other side. That's at least clever.
It was probably unlocked.
Oh. You don't even try the handle first?
Yeah, they didn't try the handle?
One thing I also wanted to point out was that Opie said he was going to put his job on the line.
He's going to boof his job on the line.
This was Opie's thinking, which I think is very interesting to have the name Opie as your broadcast name.
Yeah.
Because he would always go out of his way to say B sounds instead of P sounds because P's are plosive in a microphone. So instead of saying put, because that poofs the air out, you say but. It's not as much. It's still kinda though.
Yeah, it's
not much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why he said he was gonna put his job on the line instead of put. Now I say it's funny because if you're constantly saying your name is Opie, that's gonna
Obi.
Obi. Yeah.
Oh, like Obi, like the tampons.
Oh, he's Obi Trice. No names, no gimmicks. So they finally got into the manager's office.
What was that?
You worked with Eminem for a little bit.
I worked with Eminem for a little bit?
You don't remember?
Did you find it? Let's go. Let's go play it.
They have a new release that the record label sends them to play at a specific time and date.
Right.
They film a skit of them taking it and playing it before they're supposed to.
Yeah.
But it takes them time to do this skit.
Mm-hmm.
And to upload the skit.
Yeah.
And to edit the skit.
Uh-huh. Before it gets aired, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't imagine that they send you the single with that much time in advance. Probably like the same week.
Probably. I would imagine. What I was going to say is they would probably send you a single.
Yeah.
Not a blank CD.
Yeah, or a demo.
A CDR.
Yeah.
In a case with no distinguishing marks on it.
Yeah, and it says, somebody wrote in tiny, in like big chunky Sharpie, like Kazaa copy, like, and then you play it.
Do not play.
Falling in love is harder than... Yeah, just corrupted.
So yeah, I don't know if this is authentic.
You know, I'm starting to see a trend here.
And we could get in trouble for this, but here you have it, guys. Put up or shut up.
New Aerosmith. Mm-hmm. We're gonna play it on Real Rock TV.
Uh-oh. We could get screwed for this.
Was that the sound of the CD drive opening?
I think that was the chair.
Ugh. Do you think Anthony listened to radio before he got on radio?
Yeah. Well, he liked the Opie show, so he at least listened to that.
He probably listened to one episode and said, "This guy needs me."
It wasn't, "This guy's great. This is how I'm gonna ride the coattails to success."
I could do this.
What the fuck? He needs me.
I could do this better than him.
This guy's been doing radio for 10 years. Holy shit, he's going nowhere. He needs my talent.
That's what I think went through his head.
He's floundering. I'm just gonna play this.
In that still, he looks like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my god, yeah, he does. And I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say Anthony not a fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda in 2022. I mean, I'm not necessarily either.
I mean,
but probably for different reasons.
More of a fan than I am of Anthony.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
Yeah,
which is zero.
I could list, countless people I'm a fan of before Anthony Kumi in 2022. Yeah.
Hey, it's Anthony from the Opie and Anthony Show. Welcome to Real Rock TV. If you thought what we did to Elmo was bad, wait till you see what we got in store for Snack Time Cabbage Patch. This thing... Whoa! Oh, I told you to keep it away from your hair! Oh, my God. Take it away! Ow! Stick around for Dennis Leary. I'm Mother Earth. Get it? Hold still. I can't shut it off. The Nixons... and Local H.
I really wanted to play that because I was honestly impressed with the screeching noises Opie was making.
Oh, yeah?
It was dedication to the bit. Opie was...
It's just so... lazy.
I got a Cabbage Patch doll that is somehow sentient and is latching at my scalp and pulling my hair out.
Yeah. It's like something you would see, like, a kid do on a playground.
So that's the intro to the episode.
Oh.
That's the through narrative for the whole episode.
So he does it again.
They keep cutting back to him, and they're trying to get the Cabbage Patch doll out of Opie's hair, and they pretend to cut it out. And then it's like, uh-oh, we took too much hair out, but we're not going to show it to the camera.
Not even a bald cap?
No. Nothing. So it was a slow week for O&A. But they got the Dennis Leary performance in Local H, and the Nixons.
Who?
That's a big week for your boys.
Is it a sports team?
So we got an example here of Anthony's Howard impression. We've got a couple years from Anthony's appearance on Howard, and I guess their opinion on Howard has soured.
Nice rhyme.
All the clips from this particular episode are of Anthony doing a Howard impression. We come back to him. This is the only one I included because they're kind of redundant, and the joke pretty much repeats over and over again.
Okay, we're back, and I have some more. I'm being ripped off again, Robin. Have you heard this WAAF Real Rock TV? They're filming inside the radio station with video cameras. Who thought of that, Robin? Me, Howard. I invented the video camera. And now they got this Real Rock TV where they're going to be showing behind the scenes of a radio station. It's an outrageous ripoff, Robin.
I think it's funny that he thought he had to put a wig on when his hair is really similar to Howard Stern's.
That's a good point. He probably could have just, teased it.
Yeah, and also he was, moving like a Muppet.
Yeah. And
was he on Fraggle Rock?
And not doing much of an impression, really.
Yeah.
In years to come, it is a bit more exaggerated. This is barely an impression.
It's just the angle. That's the biggest part of the impression, just the angle that it was shot at.
I'm not sure where this started or when this started or why, but the making fun of Howard being mad that everyone ripped him off is a through narrative for Opie and Anthony for years and years to come. Opie insists that Howard was claiming to have invented the Whip 'em Out Wednesday idea.
Whip 'em out Wendy's.
Whip 'em out Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's. No one's whipping out anything. You want to see where's the beef? We're not whipping out beef here.
Fine, can I have one single piece of cheese?
Piece of cheese!
Drive around.
Well, we're out of time again. Wow, where does the time go, Robin? I gotta get the plugs in, catch Jerky the Jackman at the Bayonne Comedy Toilet, and our interview with Stammering Jim tomorrow, where he actually kicks Mother Teresa. It's hysterical. I'd like to thank all of my guests today, and Robin, I want to thank you, and most of all, I want to thank me. And we'll see you next time. Are we done? Hey, Robin, that Real Rock TV, the tape I saw, it's really not that bad. It's a pretty good show, actually. I think I got some ideas from that.
This is the only way they're going to ever act like they're on Howard's level, at least at this point, because they're always in afternoons.
Right.
Because even where times when they're in the same city, radio stations don't want to put O&A in a morning slot because they don't want them to be in direct competition with Howard.
Oh. But the morning slot is what they would want.
It's the most, it's the highest paying,
drive. Why is that?
It's when most people are listening to radio, statistically.
Not the afternoon?
In the morning is the number 1 spot. The afternoon drive is the number 2 spot. 7:50 is statistically the time in the morning when most people are listening to the radio. So a lot of radio shows and morning shows will do their big bit, either their prank phone call of the day or their War of the Roses bit will almost always be at 7:50 because that's statistically when the most people are going to be listening to the show.
Did you used to listen to radio on like the way to school?
Yeah, I would listen to Scott and Todd in WPLJ in New Jersey, and then down here it was either Bob and Tom, Bob and Sherry, or the Rise Guys on the Planet.
Good Mythical Morning.
Good Mythical Morning, you name it.
D and Dads.
What?
I'm just thinking of different like shows that people do.
I don't feel like playing that. It's a bit where O&A are getting phone calls from people on the road claiming that they've been flashed and they're putting marks on a map. Like, oh, there's been a WOW sighting.
Why would you put it, like, you think that person's gonna stay there and flash people from that same spot?
It's not like Waze.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, there's a cop hiding around the corner. There's somebody about to flash you around the corner. No.
It's like when I was interning in 2008, we would be taking phone calls of people who were saying where the gas prices were the cheapest.
Right.
Because this was during the recession and gas was like $5 a gallon. That makes sense. Like, oh, so-and-so's here from South Carolina because South Carolina gas is so fucking cheap. So then you would send everybody over there to get their gas from.
Right, and then that station would run out of gas, like, within an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, Real Rock TV, it's Opie and Anthony. We're in the middle of Whip 'em Out Wednesday, man. I barely have time to open up the show. I got to talk to some people here. AF!
Hey, listen, I just had a sighting. I just got off the Mass Pike.
Where was the sighting?
This was, like, right near the 13 in Framingham on the Pike.
Let me get that.
Okay.
Yeah, Anthony's going to the Whip 'em Out Wednesday map. I'll start the show here on Real Rock TV this week. We got Tracy Bonham, Collective Soul, and Dinosaur Jr. All right, Ed. AF!
Can I speak to Opie and Anthony?
We're right here. What's up, buddy?
Fellas, you guys rock, man. I'm driving up 126.
Yeah.
In boom, man. Yeah! I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it.
I'm calling from the... and boobs!
Wow.
And then Opie's just like, yeah!
It's so funny that they're treating boobs
right
as Bigfoot.
This is a pre-internet porn age, too.
There was still, like, parking lot porn. There was still woods porn. There was still your dad and your brother's porn and shit.
But that is something you'd mark on a map. Because that's like, you found that, oh my god.
The woods porn is here. It's off it's right behind the school.
You gotta mark a tree or something.
It's in the slide.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you would mark that.
Yeah.
On under the treasure map.
This, though, yeah, like, they're not staying in one spot, so I don't know why. But did you see how many thumbtacks Anthony had in the map already? Like, it was up and down the fucking, like...
Well, yeah, and it was also a map that was way too zoomed out. Like, you can't see turnpikes on that map. You just have major highways.
I'm curious if that was just, like, a map of Boston or a map of the country.
I thought it was a map of, like, the East Coast. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, because they're only broadcasting in Boston area. Like,
they just got lazy. They didn't want to find a local map.
We got a WOW sighting in fucking Miami.
Yeah.
We got one in Augusta, Georgia. Yeah. Like, whoa! So that's a little goofy bit. I'm not believing any of it.
Bigfoot.
Here are Opie and Anthony during their 2-week suspension from their WOW campaign, by the way.
I thought this was the beach trip that they were going to take that little boy on.
I don't know if this is the Turks and Caicos break. It might be.
The Cake Pops?
They're going to give you tips about how to pick up women on the beach.
Tip number 1, don't.
Don't.
Tip number 2, go away.
Well, you'll see easily that they weren't even able to get a woman for the bit. It's obviously a stage plant thing, so this is some real cringe right here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Opie and Anthony, we are at Salisbury Beach State Reservation for the beach dig. Look, they're still digging.
They're digging over there.
All right, back to us. Screw them.
It's summer. It's summer. It's warm. It's nice. Look at all the people. Check it out. We're at the beach.
And you know, a lot of people haven't been to the beach in a very long time, so today on the program, we're going to have some summer beach tips for you guys. Also on Real Rock TV tonight, we got Blessed Event, our pals.
Oh, those guys are twisted.
Also, Motley Crue from, where do they play? Orpheum? Orpheum, right? And lots of other stuff. So sit back. It's another episode of Real Rock TV. Hey, it's Opie and Anthony. We're doing summertime tips today.
Yeah, this is fun. It's the beginning of the summer, and we figure guys need a little help on how to pick up on the girls on the beach.
They've now amassed an audience behind them to make this bit seem even more uncomfortable and awkward.
You want to pick up a girl at the beach? All you need is a ball.
A ball.
One ball.
A ball.
Just chuck that ball right at her face.
Well,
she'll have to date you.
All right, check this out. You take the ball.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you go, oops. Oh, I'm sorry.
Your ball?
Yeah, you want to play?
Absolutely. What you playing?
I'm playing ball.
What you playing? I'm playing ball.
I'm playing ball.
You didn't see me chuck this at you from 7 feet away?
No.
No.
All right, Anthony, see?
That was smooth.
That was smooth, right?
Okay.
I started a conversation with the girl.
I think
now
I got
tried.
it. Just the ball.
You tried, okay.
Oh, you asshole!
How was that, man?
Dude, she called you asshole.
That wasn't good?
I don't think so.
We'll be back with some more tips in a little bit.
I didn't laugh, but that was funny.
The throw at the face?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Did you mind the fact that it came from the other direction?
Oh, no, seamless. I totally believed that it was Anthony actually throwing it right at her, and it hit her weird.
It wasn't a magic bullet situation that it came from...
It was a wanted thing where he curved the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I established a conversation with this fine young lady, right? Now you got to be concerned with her needs. All right? We're talking, we're hanging, we're...
Her knees?
Her knees? That's foreshadowing. How natural is this that I'm talking directly next to her about what I'm doing to a camera person, and all of this is so natural?
A dozen dudes standing 2 feet behind us. Just watching.
Just a whole bunch of board shorts behind them.
All of a sudden, I noticed that she's got a little bug on her shoulder. Oh, sweetie, you got a little mosquito there. Let me take care of that.
It's a sand flea. Why would there be a mosquito? What beach are you at that you have mosquitoes?
I don't know, but that would be a concern, right? You don't want mosquitoes or sand fleas or sandworms.
Sandworms.
Interrupting your day at the beach.
Yeah, that's true.
You want a dude in this pink shirt to gently brush your shoulder. Hey, sweetie, you got a mosquito on your shoulder.
Hey, sweetie, you got one of those chiggers burrowing under your skin right now. Here's some clear nail polish.
Hey, let me take care of that for you, huh? Nice guy, oh.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet.
I brought the salami. Is that what somebody said?
The woman rubbed Opie's knee, and the guy in the back yells, "Rub the salami."
I like mine better.
Yeah, I brought the salami. And the bit is now just, we're grilling on the beach.
We're grilling salami on the beach?
Yeah!
As one does.
Yeah!
Hey, chuck that salami on the Barbie.
On the beach Barbie.
On the beach Barbie.
The Malibu Beach Barbie.
Malibu Beach Barbie, now with her own salami.
Anthony, give it a try.
I'm going to give this Opie tip a try. Physical contact. Hey, I noticed you got a little bug on you there.
Oh, could you get it for me?
Sure.
Ah! Why do you have to smack her tit?
Yeah, he just smacks her right in the tit with a newspaper.
Fuck? That was a shoot. She was like, ow!
Yeah, I
These
don't...
cost a lot, like...
All right, it's time for another beach tip. You're hanging. We've been having a great time. We've been here now a couple hours. You really got to take care of your lady at the beach, okay?
Your lady.
Now she's your lady.
Now she's your lady. You're
you threw a ball at her.
Yes.
You brushed a bug off her.
Yep.
She's yours.
She's yours.
Caveman logic.
For example, sweetie, you're getting a little red on your knees.
Oh, I am. Could you...
Oh, I am. Oh, Chris. Chris, I'm getting a little red on my knees.
You need some lotion on your knees.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, I could easily do that for you.
Spray cheese?
Spray cheese!
Oh, shit.
Thank you.
Huh? We're getting there.
You're not a fan of Ope's technique there?
No, he touches like a creep.
So,
He touches like he doesn't know how to touch people.
Well, here's the background to this.
Oh.
Opie's girlfriend is there at the beach with them.
Oh.
And
yeah.
she's extremely jealous, and all of Ope's touching here is extremely non-committal.
Yeah, just...
It's gonna be the knee, not the back or the shoulders, because that's too much. So the knee is the most he can get away with.
Your knees are getting a little sunburnt, toots.
Sweetie, your knees. That's the big concern.
Sure. Hey, looks like you're getting a little red sitting out in the sun. You need a little lotion?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
You loser!
Happening.
I'm a loser. I'm striking out like crazy. What do I do?
You got one more shot. Go for the sweet talk. Girls love sweet talk.
Talk about her looks?
Yeah, just go over there and whatever you notice about her, talk about it. Nice and sweet, though.
Hi. Look at the on you. I was noticing your earlier. It's a ass. I'd like to to that. Come on, but we could make beautiful music together. You know what I mean?
It's obvious who scored at the beach. Ant, here.
Is it something I said?
I like how there's already lore that Anthony's just like an incel.
Yeah. It's really built in to the net. Oh. A lot of that probably did come from the ideology on the radio show, specifically Anthony's. Mr. I hate relationships, but I can't seem to stop dating women much younger than me, mind you. And they all seem to go awry within about a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime soon, I want to fast forward to modern day. Because I discussed with you that there was video of Anthony doing a Twitch stream. And,
we're gonna watch that?
I figured it'd be smart to. We could talk about that. We could talk about some more recent comments that...
Developments.
Yeah, that Anthony and Opie have made about each other. I've said on the show that Knowledge Fight is a big inspiration to the show, and that what they do there is they play some modern things to kind of talk about what's going on, but then also go back in time to give some historical context. We gotta find out how we got to where we are.
Yeah, like, did they start out as pure little cherubic baby boys, or could we have seen it coming from a mile away?
The last clip I have here is the Demented World CD release party.
Demented again?
We're demented again.
World. We're demented again.
They did have a follow-up CD planned called Cringe.
Oh.
Because would cringe culture...
Would cringe culture be a thing without Opie and Anthony?
Because the way they described it was that a lot of their comedy was cringe comedy, like, you want to turn away, you can't look at it, it's so uncomfortable. The Hi Mom prank phone calls where someone would call their mom, and like the examples I gave earlier, Hi Mom, I'm in jail, Hi Mom, I'm gay. You call up and it's like the conversation between the person and the mom, and oh, it's so uncomfortable, and then by the way, at the end, it's like, hey Mom, you're on the radio.
She goes, blah, blah, blah.
Honestly, none of the bits really go the way you would want them to. Like, the Hi Mom, I'm gay bit, the mom is just extremely supportive the entire phone call. The Hi Mom, I'm in jail, again, like, the mom is just extremely understanding and not really angry about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, Anthony as like a person from the jail on the phone monitoring the phone call keeps interrupting the phone call, which I don't know if that happens, but he keeps making these comments about like, hey, your son's real pretty, he's going to be real popular down here, that type of shit. And the mom argues with him a little bit, and they punch out immediately. There's like, okay, this is getting to be too much. Like, they're really not nearly as, like, cringe as you'd want them to be.
Yeah, lean into it.
So I wanted to include this because you got to look at what the O&A audience looks like at...
Oh, I have an idea what they look like.
What, from the beach bit?
From the beach bit, and just, deduction.
All the context leading to this point. As the rock bus in front of some CD store I couldn't find out. I did see one signed poster on eBay. going for like $60. A lot of children here. An extremely white audience.
What, are they doing this in a Spirit Halloween?
I bet this store is now a Spirit Halloween. A lot of people seem as confused as the people at the car show. There's so many kids here in like single-digit age. That's really creeping me out. I did see one black woman.
Yeah.
Out of this, whoa! Sign my South Park shirt. Yeah, my Kyle shirt.
Is this like a...
Okay, it's been established that there's children here and there's women flashing now.
It's been established. They're right behind you.
I don't know if there's more to this, but we meet Anthony's sister in this bit.
Got something special for you. Anthony's sister is up from New York, and she swears she doesn't have a New York accent. Let's check it out, all right? And then Opie took the squash and jammed it right up there with his... See, some of the spots you hear on WAAF, I record the voice. I do everything. I put the music. Opie, on the other hand, Opie is screwed up so badly here at WAAF doing commercials. They give him stuff like this. At a store near you.
I don't know why that one sounds so shitty, like they got feedback. Like that might have actually been going out over the air as part of their show and they filmed it. I don't know why they didn't do more of that. First, in order, the setup. Anthony's sister claims she doesn't have an accent.
We don't get to hear her talk at all.
She says, "Hi, Opie."
Yeah.
That's it. Dawn, his sister Dawn, does have...
Like the dish soap?
Huh?
Like the dish soap?
The same. Does in fact have a pretty thick accent, but we don't find out.
What a great example.
So far, we've met Anthony, Joe, and Dawn. His brother did the parody songs with them, and Dawn is just there sometimes. She's hardly ever on air. There is a bit in, I think, 2006 or 2007 where Fez is dating Dawn, and they do this whole bit of, like, you know, we thought Fez was gay, but he's dating Dawn Kumia. And that's the bit of just Fez talks about how much he loves Dawn and how he's, like, turned his life around, and that's the bit.
Interesting.
That's, like, the most included to the radio stuff that Dawn ever really gets. And the ending there goes to some real-life things about how when Anthony gets into radio and they have him do production bits, he will actually stay hours after the radio show is over. Mainly because he hates his wife at home.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what he's avoiding.
That he will cut all these commercials and everything, record these things, and make sure they're, like, perfect. But Opie literally was nicknamed Slappy at the radio station because he would seriously do things in one take, not give a fuck, and be done.
Hell yeah.
So, like, I respect Anthony's commitment to the production.
To avoiding his wife and his home life.
Yeah, I wonder if his home life was at all, you know, any better, if that would be the same.
Dear Santa Dude, here's my Christmas list. A new nose ring, lava lamp, leather jacket, new oak. Now, I know you have your elves working pretty hard, so I'm going to make it easy on you this year. You see, everyone's going to that cool mall, the Searstown Mall in Leominster. It's your one-stop shop for everything this holiday. The Gap, Record Town, Spencer Gifts, Jeans West, Wilson Suede and Leather are all at the Searstown Mall in Leominster. And Santa, if you're running a little tight this year, there's always deals for $1. The Searstown Mall is so convenient. Located at the junction of Route 2 and 190 in Leominster. And dude, check out the Secret Santa 2000 in the atrium. Win great gifts, including a 2-year lease on a Ford Ranger from Jarvis Ford in Air, or one of 5 Bahamas getaways, which includes 3-night vacation packages for 2 to the Princess Resort and Casino, featuring non-stop flight from Hartford to Grand Bahama Island, courtesy of Searstown Mall and Princess Vacation. Some restrictions apply. Happy holidays from Searstown Mall in Leominster.
Wilson Suede and Leather, wow.
So he's doing a little surfer dude impression there. Dear Santa Dude. So he's putting his whole anthussy into that one.
Anthussy, yeah.
Things are looking pretty good.
Are
for
they?
your boys. Sure.
For us?
No.
Oh.
The episode we're going to be listening to next time is the April 1st, 1998 episode.
Oh, no, not April Fool's Day.
Their April Fool's Day episode.
Oh.
And what happens then?
So who do you think is the modern day Opie and Anthony, or Opie or Anthony?
Oh, God. I honestly don't know if there is a comparison at this point.
Not PewDiePie?
Oh, Well, see here, I was thinking in the realm of radio specifically.
No, I'm thinking of entertainment.
You're just thinking in general.
Joe Rogan?
Oh, yeah.
Joe Rogan is like the modern equivalent?
Yeah.
If it was not for Opie and Anthony, I doubt I would have ever thought it would be so fun to do a podcast.
What was it about us that made you want to do this?
Because you guys are the first radio show that I've ever done that is a complete hangout.
Right.
Like almost every show that I had ever done, even the great ones, Howard Stern, whatever, it's felt like they have an agenda. Like they sit down and they'll ask questions and, you know, they have and they're going to control it and they're going to move it along certain lines. With you guys, it was always just a hangout. You would go there, and it was just a real conversation.
Well, it's just that we're lazy. That's all that was.
So that at least is one
Yeah.
we know of
Wouldn't
that
have happened.
would not have happened. There wouldn't be a Joe Rogan show. Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, and countless others wouldn't have pulled their music from Spotify.
Yeah. Ripple effect.
Ripple effect, yeah.
It's the O&A ripple effect. You sound like Marge Simpson there for a second.
Opie! I think there's a fine line between shocking and outrage.
Yeah.
Like Rush Limbaugh and Alex Jones, their whole thing is a call to action to outrage the audience.
Yeah.
And it's based in news.
Yeah, not just life and random stuff.
Yeah, it's not about drinking and partying and rock and roll. It's
rock and roll.
I don't think you can have a shock jock show with a conservative bias.
Yeah, it has to be sort of just, we don't care about anything.
Yeah, it's going to be libertarian at the most.
Yeah.
Which I know Alex claims to be a libertarian, but we all know.
Yeah.
He only smokes marijuana once a year to test
just to
the effects.
experiment what the new stuff is like.
Yeah, I need to see if it still hits as hard as, how it affects the modern person.
But I don't like it.
I hate it, no. I did smoke it with Joe Rogan to act cool to make him like me, but, that's neither here nor there.
Okay, terrific.
One comment I mentioned earlier from Free Parking. As for the Howard Stern bit, the speaker bit, the original bit is out there on the internet, and you're spot on having the right equipment in your home to pull it off. He hangs up on several women simply because they don't have a stand-up speaker. It's not quite as glamorous and easy as the movie makes it out to be.
Right.
But eventually he does find a woman with the right stereo equipment to go through with the experiment. Basically, the original clip proves that their bit is probably definitely faked, and it's way too convenient. She was all ready to go and 19. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I picture a female Korn fan from the mid-90s, I picture a 14-year-old girl rocking some UFO pants.
Yeah. Some fucking trip pants.
That's another fallback of doing radio. Are you carding everybody that calls?
Yeah, you just trust when they say that they're 18?
Yeah, there's no real way to know.
Because who's going to be most likely to call? Dumb kids. There were plenty of times I called radio stations for random shit.
Yeah, kids
not to hump a speaker, mind you.
Especially if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you just got out of school.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to do your homework. You don't want to go to sleep.
One comment that I meant to read last time. Oh, it was Free Parking again. Holy shit, I didn't even realize it's the same person. Thank you very much, Free Parking.
Free Parking!
I appreciate all this background. They said Bearman, who was the radio host that Spuds Buckley interrupted to sell his Fudgy Wudgy bars,
right?
That Opie referred to as the king of Allentown radio. It says he is still in Allentown doing his morning gig.
Whoa.
Down where I live, I sometimes get the signal to 95.1 WZZO and hear the promotions for his, quote, brand of comedy. Speaking of Southeast PA radio stations, Opie and Anthony were syndicated to Philadelphia on the old rock station 94.1 WYSP when they went on their ill-fated talk format during the day. We'll get to the general wave of radio stations switching to talk radio formats, maybe in the next episode or the one after that.
Yeah.
Before this format change, it was a pretty popular radio station that was actually responsible for getting Metallica to play a free concert in Philly through a contest the band was holding for the city that loves Metallica the most. I don't know how you'd gauge that.
Yeah, right?
This included the 10 p.m. block of their music being known as mandatory Metallica. I've heard of that before. Kind of like getting the let out when a radio station would play a couple Led Zeppelin songs back to back. Stern was on during the morning, as he was for years before the change. Then some forgettable junk was on afterwards, and then Opie and Anthony in the afternoon rush hour spot. Me and many others just wanted to hear rock and metal, so this format change failed and led to the demise of the station a few years later, and now it's an FM version of the old sports talk station WIP. I don't get the appeal of O&A, and when I was on the road and would hope that they would do something stupid to get dumped off the air, which happened quite a lot. And we'll get to.
I wonder if this is a trucker.
It's possible, I wonder.
When they say that they were like on the road. I'm like, oh, curious.
Yeah, do let us know, free parking.
Let us know if you're a trucker.
Let us know if you're a trucker. Honk a horn for us.
Yeah, if you could honk your horn for us, that'd be real cool.
That would be. Record it. Put it in the comment section if YouTube allows audio comments.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
No.
Oh.
Well, if you have any background information about radio in your neck of the woods, any radio memories having to do with O&A, or honestly anything that was happening in your city, let us know, because the background information is super interesting and fascinating. It definitely helps paint the picture, because in addition to just being a history and O&A thing, I'm a huge nerd for radio history in general, and I would love to hear your stories. We would love to hear your stories.
Yeah, I like stories.
Stories are great. So that wraps up this week's episode of O&A Detox. We'll be back next time. Until then, we're Neb and Mues. We're punching out.